Guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing very well. First of all, I would like to thank you guys for 848 subscribers as of recording of this YouTube video. I really much appreciate it, and remember that if you do enjoy the content, hit the sub button to help reach our 1k goal. Also a very quick shout out to these individuals being my most recent subscribers. Thank you very much for hitting that button and continuing to support the channel. So in today's video I have for you the Dual Toxocyst. These pistols have been in the game for a very long time, and back in the day of course everybody overlooked them because they were kind of just bad. With the Incarnon system, however, these pistols turn into one of the strongest sidearms in the game, and that's not even close. It's very silly. it's so dumb that I actually sold my ribbon for it because it just does not need it. It's a very overpowered. So quick rundown on how this gun works. Now normally when you use it and you land a headshot, it will proc a frenzy buff. In that frenzy buff you will gain increased attack rate, your gun will not consume any more of your ammo, and you will also deal bonus toxin damage. Now when you do proc this buff in Incarnon mode, this gets a little bit more funky, because now all of a sudden your shots is ricocheting in between enemies. It is completely ricocheting everywhere. There is no damage loss per ricochet, it just clears out everything. As you can see in the background, I just spray into a corridor and everything just gets unsubscribed from life. It's that simple. Now I'm not even rocking any real pistol buffs. If I ran this setup with my Mesa, I would be actually getting a lot of raid crits probably. So really this pistol is insanely strong. There is multiple ways you can build it according to elements of course if you want to, and arcanes, but I do enjoy having a secondary encumber on it because of the extra elements that it will proc of course, and with the amount of ricocheting it does, yeah, you get it to proc pretty often, and the fire rate insane as well. Of course the method of charging this weapon is by headshot, so be sure to be precise because this weapon does fire a tad bit slow without the Incarnon active, and in the Incarnon mode, yes, while still hitting hard in the body, your goal is to proc that headshot to get your frenzy bonus. But yeah, I'll leave you guys with that bit more gameplay and then we'll get into the build. Okay, now on to the build. The Dual Toxocyst is a tad bit different of a gun as it is a little bit tricky to proc. So when it comes to the evolutions, of course, your first one is set in stone, you have no choice there. Second one, fevered frenzy. Third one, marksman's hand. And then fourth one, we're going with Commodore's fortune. Now, like I said, Dual Toxocyst a little bit tricky to proc because of its very slow fire rate when you do not land headshots. If you see on the top here, you will see this weapon actually has a unique effect to it. If you land a headshot, you get 150% bonus fire rate and basically infinite ammo as well as toxin damage for 3 seconds. So now another thing you need to note is that the toxin damage will actually combine with mods. So it's a little bit more tricky to set up correctly because of the fact that sometimes maybe you'll get the wrong mod set up because of that fact. Also, this is a guild weapon or a clan weapon, so in other words you're going to have to install your own former on this as it doesn't come with polarities. It's going to be expensive to set up, however it is definitely worth it. This thing's Incarnon is absolutely nuts, especially when you trigger the frenzy on the Incarnon. It basically ricochets in between enemies when you land a headshot and you gain super fire speed of course. So really it is just an insane gun for just deleting everything in front of you. It has no effort to it, just land a few headshots and you're golden. So we're running Hornet Strike, Primed Target Cracker, Galvanized Diffusion, Creeping Bullseye, Primed Convulsion because we are running Corrosive on this, Pathogen Rounds, Jolt and Galvanized Shot. Now do remember you can switch out the elements however you want. This is just what I would recommend. And then I'm running secondary encumber. I really need to do the effort to get a max rank one. But with this, along with everything else, yeah, the fire rate, the amount of bullets that you fire, I mean, you've seen it in the background gameplay, is absolutely insane. You're going to be proccing status elements left, right, and center. And it just melts everything. There's nothing really that can stand up to this gun. Realistically, it just completely decimates everything. Yeah, so that's the build. So there you have it. That is the build for the coda. Wow, I just keep on thinking about the coda for the Dual Toxocyst. Now, like I said, it's a little bit funky to set up sometimes because of the fact that when you do proc your frenzy, you also get toxin, and that does mix with your mods. So you need to be careful with how you set it up, because as I mentioned before, you probably don't want to get any unwanted elemental setups on your weapon. However, maybe you do. Maybe you just, you know, a chaotic neutral player, I guess, if you want to put it like that. But yeah, so overall, like I said, this gun has been absolutely insane since the Incarnon system came out, and it got even more insane with all the secondary arcanes coming out and stuff like that. So really, it is just peak. Really, this gun is amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. I'll show you guys the gameplay of me doing unspeakable things to one of the poor acolytes that spawned in. And I wasn't even really in my Incarnon mode anymore. This was more just regular shots. As you can see, Incarnon, okay, war off, regular shots to the head, and he's gone. So very quick to deal with. And like I said, I'm not even built for this pistol. I'm not going to do a setup where it's like, oh, use this synergy with this one and blah blah blah. This is just the raw power of the pistol pretty much. So yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Really thank you all for the support. It has been absolutely fantastic. We are nearly 150 off. So thank you very much for that. And once again, have a fantastic Friday. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all again in the next one. Peace out.